All right, so game isn't over. Currently 30-0. Mike White is in at quarterback. This was a complete and utter failure by the New York Jets, an embarrassment, a waste of not just my time, every fan's time that put in any energy into this team for the last season. It just sucks. We don't show up at all. We got drama coming up the pike. Zach going out with a head injury. It's going to spark rumors of people saying, did he quit on the team? Was he actually hurt? Our offensive line looks like complete and utter dog shit. Mekhi Becton, Highway 77, take your whole fucking bag with you out the door. You and Billy Turner are garbage. I think our offensive line coach needs to get the axe. It's pitiful. This looked like we were coming out of a bye week. That's how bad it was. Fucking brutal. Dolphins are missing their entire fucking team. And we can't fucking show up. Not even like a gasp of life. I hope no one goes to the Christmas Eve game. Like, I know guys were hoping for, like, Rodgers coming back. You can kiss that dream goodbye. He's not playing. But, like, the only way this team feels any kind of spite from this fan base is if no one goes to the fucking game. Like, that's what kills me. This fan base deserves better. The players on defense deserve better from the offense. The players on offense that are actually trying, I feel bad for you. Brees, Garrett, Conklin, Ruckert, I feel bad for you. I don't know what the answer is. I don't know how you go into the offseason without someone's head rolling. And that's not to say that, like, injuries weren't an issue and quarterback play wasn't an issue. There's a lot of issues, but you can't get donutted by the Dolphins B team. You cannot have that happen. Absolutely ridiculous. Boys and girls, I'm going to put the call-in number on the screen while we watch the rest of this game. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in this damn game right now. If any of you guys do want to call in, you're more than welcome. I do have Robert Saleh's post-game press conference pulled up. Trevor Siemian's post-game press conference is pulled up. And then they have Zach Wilson's listed as a post-game press conference. I can't imagine his ass is talking to the media. This shit sucks. This is terrible. You guys are just as upset. So I'm going to go to the phone lines after the post-game press conference. We're going to do that. I'm just going to talk some of you guys in the chat for right now. Sam, I do see you in the chat. I'm going to do this, or not in the chat, in the call-in room. You'll be my first person that I go to since you're already in here. But I'm going to wait this out a little bit longer and just talk to the chat. So if you want to call back in, you're more than welcome. If not, you can hang on the line. Sorless says someone needs to be fired. I agree. I don't know how you allow the offensive line coach to continue to be on this fucking roster after that. Brandon says, I've never given up on a game. First time I've ever shut a game off. God bless you, dude. But man, yeah, this is a bad game. I sat downstairs and Becca's like, oh, you still going to do the post game? I was like, I'm going to do the now game. This is terrible. This is so bad. Jake, so bad. Brandon, never given up on a game. Rogue, you don't even deserve to be an NFL team. No, we couldn't beat the best college teams right now. Craig says, game not even finished. Yeah, sorry, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. You're broken, Ryan. You're broken, Ryan. Frank says his team is awful. Get rid of Becton and Wilson. Yeah, offensive line was terrible, says Sean. Jays says, time for the Jets to pack their bags for the offseason. Yeah, we're looking at Tankathon right now. Looks like if the Bears win, the Jets slide up to, I think, 5th is where we end up slated. Let me just pull that up real quick because I think we're sitting at 7. Yeah, so the Chargers already lost. So with our extra loss, we are going to move up. If the Bears win, we're sitting at number 5. 5 is just fine by me. I'm more than happy with taking that 5th overall pick at this particular point in time because this team doesn't play serious fucking football. Kind Joe says everyone needs to be fired. I wouldn't blame you. Flight Rate says, I'm with you. Becton is not it. He is so bad. He has given up the most sacks of any offensive lineman in the league. In the league. There's 4 other positions. He's not just left tackle. Horrible. Horrible, horrible stuff. Trap says Mike White to Berrios touchdown would be the cherry on top. Oh, no, it would be a Berrios end around. Little flip from Mike White to Berrios on the end around with Dan Feeney blocking the way. That's the cherry on top. And maybe Robbie Chosen Anderson or whatever the fuck his name is can do the same thing. I hate everyone. I just want to watch a team that I could be like proud of. And this shit sucks. The O-line is the issue, not the quarterback, says Jay-Z. Or Jay-Z Beers. I would tend to agree O-line more than quarterback. Tim Burns says, bruh, it looked like the Dolphins had a 15-man defense. I mean, it's unreal. Well, they're rushing 4 players. And our offensive line can't figure it the fuck out. Just block the fucking guy in front of you. Mekhi Becton, I'm going to go in. We're going inward. No. Just stay. Block the furthest person out to the left. I feel like that's not a hard thing to ask. Ecker says this organization is a joke. Steven says biggest issue is the O-line. GTA Man says so many injuries to just end the game. Look, yeah, we're getting whacked left and right on the field right now. I don't blame anyone for packing it in. This team fucking gave up. Is it on coaching? Is it the O-line? I don't know. Aw says our biggest fault was not tanking for Lawrence. If we had done that, we'd be in a far better position right now. Yeah, we'd have friggin' Trevor Lawrence on our roster instead of Zach Wilson. GB515 says, we all look like clowns for getting excited this offseason. We should have known how this season would go. You can't predict an Achilles injury. You can't do that. I'm not there. It just sucks. Jay-Z Beer says, can't even get in field goal position today. I'll be honest, I don't want them to score any points. They deserve to sit back on that fucking plane ride and look at that donut. They don't deserve a goddamn point. David comes in and says, what a difference a week makes. 1 week, brilliant. Next week, shit. Yeah, I mean, and Miami's reeling. I don't think they played like a great game. I think the Jets are just anemic. We're horrible. Like, this is the Dolphins B team, and they're just having their way with our fucking offense. They can do whatever they want. Like, we didn't even fucking show up. I've got Lima being a jet man waiting in the wings. So once the game ends, we'll talk a little bit more. So you guys can hang tight if you want. But we're gonna answer some comment questions while the game is still going on. Then we'll go to the Robert Saleh press conference. I want to hear what Coach has to say because this is bad. Rich says it really wasn't his fault today, though. Talking about Zach, I would say it's not much on Zach either. I don't think he had any time to throw. I think the O-line is the first to blame. I'm not going to say that Zach's blameless, but man, this sucks. Kyenjo says Saleh and JD should be fired tomorrow. I mean, we are constantly getting our doors kicked in. Constantly. Sorless says Becton will have a job next year as a turnstile at the airport. That's if he doesn't get hurt on his way to the airport. Fucking embarrassment. Joe says total waste of my time. David D says even CBS said screw it. Yeah, I've heard people saying CBS changed the broadcast at one point. I'm watching on YouTube TV, so I can see it. I didn't lose it. Michael said, do you think we should start Rodgers? I don't at all. There's no way I play Rodgers behind this offensive line. And there's no way I allow him to play on the MetLife turf. Like that just, the only thing that could be, so much better on this fucking season is if Aaron Rodgers gets hurt in the final 3 games of the season. I fucking hate this team. They give me fucking heartburn. Evan says, I want to cuddle with my mommy. This hurts my soul. Dude, I need a pacifier right now. I feel like my daughters. I just need a pacifier. I'm cranky. I'm whiny. Hybrid the Demons. How can we even blame Zach for anything? He's getting hit every other down. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah, O-line is to blame. Private says, let's go Marvin Harrison. Here we come. I don't know if we're going to lose enough games to get into the top 3. I mean, I think we lose the rest of the games at this point. But I don't know if that's going to be enough to get into the top 3. Oz says, remember a few months ago when we were all pumped for a Super Bowl run, it's hope that kills you. Yeah, it's because you're promised a not garbage season for the 10th time in a row. You get a 4-time MVP quarterback, and then he gets taken out on the 4th snap of the game. Like, what did Jet fans do to deserve this? Becton is the worst, says McFlair. Darrell says Tankathon, follows it up with a Becton sucks. Voodoo says thoughts on Chubb hit on Wilson. I don't know why that wasn't a helmet-to-helmet contact hit. Like, it's not like Zach was running and his head was down. It was like, oh no, he's sacked. It's happening. And like, he's allowed to get hit in the head. If that was Aaron Rodgers, we get the flag. We get the flag. Dakota says, we suck. Our season is shot 30-0. Defense even sucked. Yeah, I think the defense is tapped out. There's only so much you can ask them to do. I mean, the first fucking touchdown goes in from 2 yards out because the offense fucked up. It's outrageous. Chris says, come on, man. Real Jets fans knew what was coming. This team hates prosperity. This team hates us. Like, as a team. Not as, like, individual players. Individual players, I'm sure, are just as pissed off as Jet fans are right now. But, like, it's incredible how awful we consistently look on a year-in, year-out basis. Nick says, Ryan, my man, told you this was a Jets trap game without Hill when I called in to the pregame. Nick! Shut the fuck up. No, it wasn't a trap game. We suck. Dolphins, where is he? You can't be a trap game for us. Trap game for fans, maybe, where we thought we had all this confidence. Unbridled confidence. We suck. It's a terrible team. Did the Panthers actually win? Is that what's going on right now? I didn't even see that, but I guess that kind of helps. God, what the fuck is Siemian doing? 4th and 10 punt throw. Farvian says, I don't know about losing the rest of the game. Schedule is weak AF the rest of the way. Yeah, I'm curious to see if Zach ends up playing or if this is just it. I want to see Robert Saleh's press conference. I want some answers. Joshua says, so fickle. 3 hours ago, you thought we could win out and go 9-8. And now we are definitely losing the rest of our games. Come on. Joshua Jones, have you watched the fucking game today? What part of this team tells you we can win? This is the fucking B team for the Dolphins. And you think we might be able to win some games? I'm sorry. I was confident because we won. We got 30 fucking points against the Texans in the second half. We came in off that hot streak and laid a fucking egg. I have no expectations the rest of the way out. If you call that fickle, sit on and rotate. Get out of here. Fucking burnt right now. Virgo says, I hope Zach Wilson gets picked up by another team. Jets are wasting his talent and would be better off on a different team. I think we have just shit the bed so hard, there's no way he's going to be here. I think we're going to... God, we might blow it up. I don't know how you don't get rid of someone after all this. Like, you cannot lose. As a professional football team, you cannot lose 30-0 against the backups for a division rival and just fucking shit the bed the way the Jets did. It's outrageous. Fungus Mungus, thank you for supporting the channel. It's fans like you. I keep the lights on around here. Nah, it's fans like all you guys. I appreciate you guys being in here. This is fucking brutal. Jonas says, get Malik Neighbors or Joe Alt. You got to get... I don't know how you can argue offensive... It's hard to argue like wide receiver after watching this game. And that's coming from someone who like very much would like a wide receiver in this draft. Ryan says the amount of holding calls not called on the Finns O-line was not shocking. Yeah, they're a sexy team. They're a team you like. That's fun. That's what offense is supposed to look like. And we make it incredibly hard. Nicholas says the best part of the game was when Williams sacked celebration. That was the last time I smiled. I didn't even really smile because I think it was 17-0 at that point. I just kind of went like, oh, cool, sack. Maybe this starts it. Like from like the jump, from the first Jet offensive possession, I just kind of threw my hands up. I was like, this is more of the same. It's more of the same. Williams said, would O-line have been any different if Rodgers didn't get hurt? No, I don't think so. I think this is like, I mean, Becton looks washed. He looks bad left side or right side right now. So he would have been a starter. Brown, maybe he plays better, but like didn't look like it. Then everyone else is basically there except for AVT. Like you wanted Tittman to be in there at some point. The only people that deserve to be back are Tittman and AVT on next year's offensive line. Everyone else, clean house. Don't need it. Do not need it. Michael says, Hackett sucks too. Sean says, Jets ruined my weekend. Darnell C says, Zach Wilson is a good backup. Not to blame this game. I feel bad for him. I genuinely do. Dude's a fucking bullet sponge back there. Michael says, they got rid of Flacco. Look at him now. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Flacco was really the issue. Adrian says, if I'm Zach, I'm getting the hell out of New York. The Jets O-line sucks. Poor Zach getting killed out there. Yeah, I mean, he's under contract, so I don't know what happens. I mean, the team might just say, like, yo, mercy, dude. Mercy. Sorry. Get out of here while you still can. Joe the Jet says, someone needs to be fired. Farvian says, it's not about who you get rid of as much as who you bring in. O-line and wide receiver 2 are imperative needs. They are 100%, but I don't know how you can look at this coaching staff and still determine that they deserve to, or all of them deserve to be back. Like, I understand if you got to bring Saleh back because of everything going on, but like, it's ugly. It is ugly. Sixton says hire Ben Johnson as offensive coordinator, as head coach. I mean, I think you got to pull the plug on everyone to hire a new head coach. Head coach is going to be a tough ask, I think. Moose says get rid of coach. Robbie says Becton should never play for the Jets again. I don't think he will. I mean, the rest of the season probably, but that's about it. Craig says, causes me physical pain to watch Rodgers' face. Rodgers knows he's not coming back. He knows it was all a marketing play. Jets are just trying to get a little bit of money from the final home game of the Jets season. They might even say, oh, we're going to activate Rodgers to the 53-man roster, but he's going to be the emergency quarterback. That's what's going to happen. Zach Soakers give it up. He's a backup at best. You nasty. Stanley says, Jets are an embarrassment. Fire the entire staff except for Ulbrich and his guys. Saleh and JD need to go. Rodgers will never play this year. Rodgers is definitely not playing this year. They gotta get canned. Hulk Smash Your Mom, the best part of this game today was still waiting. Yeah, best part of this game hasn't happened yet. Once it's over, that'll be the best part of this fucking game. Is it actually over now? I just looked up. They changed Miami's record. I didn't know the time ran out. Damn it. Damn it. Tim says, we need insurance on AVT. Fluke injuries, but durability is a trait. Oh, so it's almost over. 30-0. Fourth down. Fucking garbage. All right. While we wait for Robert Saleh's press conference, let me take YouTube TV off my little screen right there. We're going to throw this onto my other monitor. We are going to wait for Robert Saleh's press conference. Actually, I think I got to take it off there. So when Robert Saleh comes on, I'll throw that on. But let's hop over to the phone lines. If you guys want to call in, you can call in. Our first one up, we have Lima Bean. Lima Bean, how you doing, dude?
Awful, man. Like, I mean, I didn't expect too much from this game because I was thought it was a lost season. It was just nice to see them win last week, but Becton, man. Like, I just, going through last year and the year before, like everyone, like that whole controversy of like, is he lazy? Is he not? I don't know. Like, I try to follow Greenpeace path by saying like, oh, he's training down there doing like looking back at all this. Nah, he's whack. Like he trained with that Duke guy, didn't he? He showed up out of weight, and then he did that
Mm.
crazy like 2 week 30-pound weight loss, which is probably one of the reasons why he got injured last season, because that's unhealthy to do it that way. And then you got him playing like a turnstile today, and just for the last like 5 weeks, like I'm not here to defend Zach. We all know his book is pretty much written. Like he has some good moments and bad moments. His arm talent's seducting, but it's all mental with him. But like I can't blame him today. As for, but like it was painful not just to watch the game, but watch the stream, just seeing people like, oh, maybe Zach could have like done this, or like maybe it's his fault. Like it's just,
Hmm.
dude, this is O line. Like 95% of this is O line. I'm sure he must have missed a throw here and there, but like it's
Hmm.
just Jesus Christ, man. Like I we got to replace the O line, and as much as I feel bad for Saleh because I feel like he's going to get like it's one aspect of the team. Like his defense is great, the special teams is great. It's literally offense and has to do with offensive line and play calling, and obviously quarterback. But like I, it just I don't know what to do, man. I'm at a loss of words. And this thing about the Miami, like remember the head coach they had before, Brian Flores? He actually had a winning record, and they canned him because they wanted more offense and a guy to
Hmm.
believe in Tua. But like it's just I like our defense a lot. I love it. But like we gotta focus on offense for like I've been saying this for like the last 10 years. I've been watching the games. Like enough with the 2009-10 bullshit of like, oh, Rex finding his defense. Like, yeah, like times have changed. Like, we can't the league won't let us win that way. Like the Dolphins getting like away with tons of holding penalties left and right because they like, they're the better offensive team, so they'll give it to them. We're not gonna get anything without any offense. It's just we can't.
So last
I
thing
don't
I'll
know. I
ask
don't
you
know.
is Saleh back next year?
He probably is, and like I want to see him with Rodgers because you don't have to train Rodgers. Because hopefully we need an O line with Rodgers. Like
Mm.
I don't know what to do to get like five O line guys or at least three of them.
Fucking
Like we
brutal.
had
Lima
Carter
B,
Warren,
thank you
he's
for the
out.
call. You've been ejected from the cockpit. Ray Danger hops in, says, Zach, back to normal. Earth back on its axis. Yeah, that's what it feels like. Let's go over to Jetsman87. Jetsman, how you doing, dude?
What's up, Ryan?
How you feeling?
Ugh, I've had liquid encouragement for today.
This team sucks. We're so bad.
It's bad. Santa didn't grant my wish for today. Let me tell you that.
No, definitely
I've been
not.
I've been through about 5 jerseys today, deciding on which one would actually help us, and none of them did it. So,
dude, it's
crazy.
unreal. I don't know how we look at this team and think that like everyone deserves to be back. Like it just feels like someone has to fall on the sword, and I don't think it should be Zach. I mean, the whole line is atrocious. Joe Douglas did not set us up for success this year with that O line.
And how many offensive coordinators has he been through? That's the problem. It doesn't
Zach's
help
been
if he's
through the
not
two
with
OCs.
the same.
I have a little sympathy for Zach. I really do. Because especially after last week, it's like, wow, he can do it when there's like some time. But clearly Siemian couldn't do anything today. The Jets just didn't look ready to play. Like this feels like it's on coaching first and foremost. Like I don't understand how an offensive line can be that bad.
No, they were on their back heels at this point. They weren't even on their tiptoes trying to even try and do anything today. It was ridiculous. And
No,
Becton, he needs period. End of sentence.
Dude, Becton's bad. He's really bad. He doesn't even deserve a prove it deal. Just like go find a fresh start somewhere else, dude. It's just not worth it here. We'll find someone else.
Sign
we
the
can find
papers
anyone
and
to
go.
give up just as many sacks as he's given up. He's given up the most sacks in the NFL. It's crazy.
That's crazy. And that's crazy. It's not worth it. And I don't want Aaron coming back next week. That's crazy.
No, definitely can't.
At this point, it's crazy.
No, completely agree. Completely agree, Jetman. You have been ejected from the cockpit. Boys and girls, I will be going over to Robert Saleh's press conference when that goes live. But until then, we are going to take calls from the viewers. We got Sam joining the show. Sam, how you doing?
I know. Like I say every week, same shit, different Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Just give me 2 scoops this week, because that's what it feels like.
Yeah, it's like they scored 30 points last week, and they're like, wait, we got over, our average points. We got to keep it at 15.
Mm-hmm.
We got to keep it like, almost record worst offense.
Dude, unreal. Now, do you think would you say O-line was the issue, quarterback was the issue? Where do you sort of fall and blame maybe for this?
I would say 95% offensive line, 5% quarterback. There were some plays that, probably could have been made by the quarterback to get out of situations, but with Becton just deciding he didn't want to show up today, Billy Turner not knowing how to play offensive tackle, and everybody else just kind of there, the D-line was right in their face right away.
Dude, it's unreal, like, how bad the O-line played. Like, Zach even, like, threw it in the dirt, like, multiple times. Like, you could tell, like, the body language just said, yo, I'm fucking done. Do you think there's anything, like, do you think he gave up? Do you think he's like, yo, screw this. Like, I'm out of here. I'm already banged up.
Well, I don't know what that injury was. First they're saying dehydration, then they're saying concussion. Part of me thinks Zach just doesn't want to play anymore. I'm on the side where it's, Zach being reluctant to play last week. Kind of reared its head again, and I don't blame him.
That's the gut feeling I have as well, and it's hard to. I mean, I shouldn't say that but they brought him into like concussion protocol and they cleared him. So if they took him out after that, it's like, well, did you not do your job the first time, or like, I don't know. It feels fishy to me.
Yeah, MetLife Stadium should look like Carolina did today, with like
empty.
less than 100 people in the stands.
I want no one in the stands next week. This team does not
except away fans. You're gonna have Commanders fans in the stands, but you should see no green. Should all be burgundy and gold.
I'm right with you, Sam. You've been ejected from the cockpit. All right, we got Nick and then Jake. Then I got Tyreek and then Christian. So we're gonna go to Nick, guys. We will have the Robert Saleh press conference as soon as that goes live. So I will let you know. Nick, welcome back to the show, jerk.
Ryan.
Bastard.
I told you.
Screw. I want to eject you already, but I won't. I'll give you 2
I know.
minutes.
I love you, man. I love you.
Okay.
Thank you for the extra couple minutes to get a couple beers in, because seriously.
I got you.
Cheers, my friend. I knew this game was over when they said the 11th or 12th reiteration of our offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
And then I see the line, and I see this guy, John Hansen. He's the guy who wrote the Muppets at right guard.
See, he was on, in fairness, Hansen was on the O-line last week. He's just now playing next to Billy Turner instead of Max Mitchell or Carter Warren.
Oh, yeah. Billy Turner, Mr. Reliable, right? Let's put him at right tackle.
Billy Turnstile.
Everyone's a turnstile at this line.
The entire offensive line. Like, I think Tomlinson's good is gone too.
Yeah, they're all just awful. I mean, but seriously, like, I don't even know where we start with this line. I mean, and then like, he doesn't, and we're not doing anyone any favors with our coaching, but Hackett was just like, let me go back to the first down run right up the middle, second down run.
Oh, man.
3rd and 10. Zach, good luck. Have fun.
Dude, I was blown away when they ran it the 2 first plays of the game. I was like, wow, we didn't learn anything right now. Like, we're just going to 3rd and 10 it out. Like, let's see how it goes.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure it'll show up in your videos with Zach. But that strip sack, the first strip sack, was that the right side of the line? I can't remember.
So it was both. The right side, I think Turner definitely caused it when I was looking at the replay. But Becton got blown the fuck up too. Like, it was that's on both of them. Like, Zach couldn't run either way because both guys were hitting him.
And did I not say this? Waddle. They moved him all around everywhere the whole day.
Why didn't we double him? He's the only weapon on their whole team.
We don't double anybody.
Let the linebackers cover the running backs and just double Waddle. Like, it seems like it should be easy to do, but we make it hard. Nick, thank you so much for the call. You've been ejected from the cockpit. I've got Jake, then Christian, then Tyreek, then Carney. I will be going over to the Robert Saleh post-game presser live once that airs. But until then, we will continue to take your calls. Jake, welcome to the show.
So, everybody this week that did the Ryan Leaf Jr. blank sucking marathon, I'd like to tell everybody here, stop. And please stop the delusion. This team is a joke. This coaching staff's a joke. And let me speak, Ryan. Okay? Rodgers, I love you, man. Shut it down for next year. Do not go on the field. Don't be subjected to this fucking bullshit garbage. Which, by the way, Long Beach show. If you hear me, by the way, when you said Becton's one of the best left tackles in the league, I hope you hear me, man. You're an idiot. This is one of the worst lines. And I'll tell you this also, is this defense, I love it. It's great. I don't care anymore. I don't want an elite defense. I don't want a defensive-minded coach anymore. I want an offensive-minded coach today. Today! I am tired of this. Give me an offensive-minded coach. Please. Andy Reid. Nick Sirianni. They're going to be playing in February. We are not. Enough. How you doing, Ryan?
Shit sucks, dude. I'm right there with you. You think Saleh gets canned? You think anyone's getting fired this year?
No, he's coming back. They're all coming back because we're a bunch of idiots. That's why.
Dude,
they're all coming back.
I feel like you got to have someone fall on the sword. Like, if you're going to blame offensive line, sorry, offensive line coach, you're gone. At the very least, give us some blood. I want something to, like, whet my appetite.
I couldn't even blame Ryan Leaf Jr. for the whole game, even though he did his usual. I'll just fall back into the sack because that's what I always do. I can't read a defense.
Jake, I love you. Stay passionate. You've been ejected from the cockpit. That was a great rant. I'm going to let you guys go for the 2 minutes. Oh.
Jeff is going.
Here we go, boys.
Coach, it looked like on the offensive side of the ball, you just couldn't get anything moving, anything going the entire game.
Yeah, credit to them. I thought they obviously won the battle up front, and right from the get, just made it hard on us to be able to get anything going, both run game and in the passing.
Can you clarify with Zach's health? Because initially they were saying he went in for dehydration. And then
I'm not sure of the process. I know that he was, from my understanding, he was called up top, and he is now in the protocol.
Is this embarrassing, Robert, to come out and have a performance like this?
Yeah, whenever you get beat up front, it's not, doesn't feel good.
What were some of the issues pass protection-wise?
They beat us up front.
What do you see defensively for you guys?
With the exception of the go ball, the double move or whatever it was to Jalen, I thought they fought. I thought we were really good in the run game. We need to be better on third down, but a lot of short fields. But overall, felt they fought their tails off. Thought the guys played hard.
Robert, that second half against Houston, it seemed like finally this offense clicked. To go from that to shut out, how does that happen?
Week to week league, but again, it starts and ends up front. We got to be better up front.
With depending on the results of some of the games going on right now, you guys could be eliminated from playoff contention. You're 5-9. How disappointing is it the way the season has gone?
It's disappointing. Starting from the first series of the year all the way to then till now, it's just been a constant battle. I do appreciate the heck out of our guys. We still got 3 games left to finish strong. As bad as we feel now, we got to remember we felt pretty good last week too, and we got a good Washington team coming in that's licking their chops, so we got to go and take care of business and get ourselves ready to play that one.
There's a report, obviously, that Aaron that could be cleared this upcoming week. How does this loss affect that?
I don't have any. There's no discussion to be had until he's actually cleared.
Robert, did you? Obviously you faced adversity early in the game with the strip sack at the 1 yard line, but it didn't look like you had any answers for that. It just seemed like the team was almost not competitive at that point. They really didn't come back.
Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. I'm going to pause this and go back just a few seconds. I'm clicking stuff and making things happen. But I will get that back up there. Screen. All right, here we go.
Almost not competitive at that point. They really didn't come back.
Like I said, they did a great job up front. Made it hard for us from an offensive standpoint to get anything moving. It's again, they deserve a lot of credit. It just, like I said, it wasn't good enough.
Robert, I don't think Garrett had a catch till the third quarter. Obviously, Jalen Ramsey's a fantastic cornerback, but they found ways to get Waddle the ball against your corners. Do you guys have to figure out a way to get Garrett more touches there?
No, like I said, they, they did a good job with Waddle. Obviously, he had his touches, and with Garrett, you're always trying to find ways to give him the football. Again, it starts and ends up front. To be able to get the quarterback a chance to go throw it, and then obviously the quarterback with timing, and then again from a coaching standpoint to make sure that you're putting these guys in position to get the ball in and out of their hands as quickly as possible. But again, like I said, credit to them. They did a really nice job doing their best to take them away, and they beat us up front.
What was your message to the team?
Same thing. It's these things are always tough pill to swallow, but we got 3 more left. Get our bodies right, try to heal, and get ourselves right to play on another game on Sunday.
Robert, the CBS cameras caught Garrett multiple times on the sideline, on the field, seemingly very, very frustrated.
Oh yeah, Garrett's an emotional young man. Like I've always said it. He's always going to be his competitive spirit is always going to be on tilt, always. And but there isn't as good a teammate in football as him. But go ahead, man.
But, I mean, do you worry that the way this losing the last couple of years, him not getting the touches, him not getting involved, the toll that it could take on him and his overall feeling on not his teammates but the overall team?
No, it's a week-to-week league. He's fine. He knows that. He knows everyone's working. He knows everyone's trying to put their best foot forward. Obviously, it didn't work out today.
Makai seemed to have a really tough game against Chubb. What did you see watching him?
I'm sure there's a couple plays that Makai wants back. Chubb's is a heck of a football player. Has been for a while, but yeah, there's when you're dealing with a guy like him, you're going to win some, you're going to lose some, and like I said, he's going to have 3 more opportunities to strap together and play some good football.
Do you feel like you guys had the right game plan going into this one? That you guys were prepared enough to beat Miami with the lopsided this one kind of got?
Yeah, you always feel good, and then you go watch the tape and see what happened. But you put together the best plan possible. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. But overall, just from coaching to execution, all of it on the offensive side, it just wasn't good enough today.
What was the thinking on the fake punt? What was the thinking on the fake punt?
Felt like we had one from we never got a chance to call it in the Black Friday game, and felt like we had the look we wanted. Didn't work out the way we thought it would.
Thanks, everyone. Trevor will be next.
Thanks, guys.
All right, so we're going to go over to Trevor next. Seems like he's going to be the next one up. So let me go over to that, and then we'll go back over to...
That's... For me, I didn't do a good enough job. So I look inwardly. I didn't play well enough to win. And I think probably a lot of guys can say the same.
As an offense, you guys obviously were encouraged last week, 30 points in the second half. How does it flip this drastically in a week?
Yeah, I think there's no, this league is so tough. There's no carryover. There's no transitive thing. You're either playing well or you're not. You're making plays or you're not. And if you're not and the other team's executing at a high level, that's what it's going to look like.
What they do to take Garrett away? Was it as simply as Ramsey was just locking him down?
Yeah, Ramsey followed him around, but we just didn't have a lot of plays early on either. It felt like we were on and off the field pretty quickly, so I'm sure a lot of guys didn't get the ball as much as they wanted to or felt like they could have. But yeah, just not enough plays in the first half.
Are you ready to start if Zach is in the concussion protocol?
I'm ready. Whatever they need me to do, I'm ready. So yeah, I'm ready to go.
Good?
Yep.
Thank you.
Oh, what a press conference. 2 questions, and then we're going to move on out of here. Jesus. All right. Well, that was brutal. All right. Let's go over to the call-ins again. I've got Christian, Carney, and then Tyreek up and coming. If you guys want to call in, you can either click the linked comment in the live chat, or you can scan the QR code on the screen. We're going to be taking your calls, trying to get your opinions on what the Jets do from here on out. Christian, welcome to the show.
Hey, Ryan, how is your day?
Oh, just peachy. Having a great day. About as good as you.
Yep, I feel that. Like, what are your thoughts?
Dude, it's just embarrassing. It's embarrassing all the way around from this, like, we weren't prepared. You don't lose 30-0, regardless of the talent on your team. When the other team is riddled with injuries, you can't tell me you were prepared when you lose 30-0.
Yeah, and we have talent. I don't seem to believe that, for the most part. And, you know, this team is such a joke that I feel like telling a couple jokes would make me feel better.
Oh, if you got some, let's hear them. I got no jokes right now.
All right. Why are the Jets like possum?
Why?
They play dead at home and they get killed on the road.
Oh, zing! That was the bright part of my day. I will admit I enjoyed that. Thank you.
Yep, and I got another one.
Let's go.
You know, the Jets suck as much as a vacuum cleaner on the carpet.
You can go a lot. I like the first one. First one was better. First one. I'm glad you led with the first.
Yeah, I can admit that wasn't my best.
That's all right. That's cool. Now, what do you think happens? What is the answer moving forward? Like, I don't think anything gets solved this year, but what's the what do we do moving forward?
I don't know really, because we all know that no one is going to get fired because we all know of what this team does and what they believe in, and they don't seem to believe in change. They seem to roll with the same thing every single time, expecting a different result.
Yeah, it's definitely like, hey, let's put our hand on the hot stove consistently, and like, oh, look, the burner's on. Oh, that means I put the hand on it again, right? Like, that's how it's gonna go. Dude, Christian, Thank you so much for the call. Been ejected. You're out of here. All right, boys and girls, I want to get to a few super chats. Then we're going to go over to Carney, then Tyreek, and then Michael. Let's see. Joe S. came in, said, Jets will never win with Saleh. It's hard to imagine like this team going on any type of win streak when the last, at least 2 seasons, I don't remember how 3 years, what our last few games looked like. I mean, obviously not very good because we didn't win many games, but constant losing streaks are not the recipe for success. Kelvin says, top 5 offensive linemen in free agency. So I know Jonah Williams is supposed to be a free agent. Trent Brown is supposed to be a free agent. The guy from the Dolphins, the center guard, Connor Williams, who tore his ACL last week, he's going to be a free agent. So there's going to be maybe some options out there. There might be some guys cut and whatnot, but I don't know. I mean, you need so much help. I don't know how you fix it. I really don't. All right, let's go over to Carney Jedi. Carney, how you doing, brother?
Hanging in there, brother. Trying to figure out all the... I have terrible Wi-Fi. It's just terrible game. It is what it is. Then, I'm sorry to get into it, but, you know, Jake had a terrible thing about saying what he did about Long Beach Joe. He's awesome. You should have him as a guest, by the way. Both of you guys are fired. Just saying.
I do like Long Beach Joe. I think he was more so talking about his take about Becton as opposed to Long Beach Joe himself.
Yeah. I mean, I still like Becton. I mean, God, dude. What, like, we were given Swiss cheese. Like, what are we going to have? Billy? What, Billy was a good guy? Like, it's just, you know, what are they going to do? They're going to stack one sides, do whatever. I mean, it was just, yeah, we got pwned, bro. We got pwned again.
Dude, they wanted it more. They just beat the ever-living snot out of us from the moment they said go. Like, from the first whistle. We didn't stand a chance.
True.
This is a team that's beat up.
That's facts. And then, I didn't mean to cut you off, but that is also true. So, when Zach had that first fumble and then the fish recovered it on the 2, if we would have hit somebody in the head or the helmet like that, wouldn't that be roughing the passer?
I don't know if it'd be roughing the passer, but You would have thought it would. Well, I guess it would be roughing pass or helmet to helmet or something like that. Like it was very obvious that he got hit, and I was very surprised. Well, I shouldn't say I'm very surprised. I'm not surprised when we don't get no calls, but like, officiating this year has been so abysmal. I don't understand how they don't have any type of consistency. Like at least call it the same. I don't care if it's a bad call consistently. At least it's consistent.
True. Very true. Oh
Carney,
my God, my Wi-Fi is spotty, huh?
That's all right. You think anyone gets fired?
Yeah, well, I hope if anybody does, thank you for asking me that thing. I hope it's the medical staff and facility first because, dude, these past couple of years, this is unbelievable. We were always known for at least having a good offensive line. Now all of a sudden we have a stout defense. If we had an offensive line, we can handle the mishaps at QB and the nonsense with was lazy yard, whatever drops, and it's astounding. They should be gone in Hackett too. I'm sorry for taking the time, but yeah,
I completely agree. I get just as frustrated as you, Carney. You've been ejected from the cockpit. Let's go over. This looks like a Dolphins fan, but we're going to him. I see Tyreek over here. Damn it. Damn it. How you doing, Tyreek?
You don't even understand what I'm going through right now, man.
Oh, what are you, Jeff? Oh, you're Jeff fan. You got to wear the Dolphins. Oh, no, dude.
You don't even understand half I'm going through right now, man.
Oh, let's hear it. Come on, I want to hear it. What's going on?
I'm at the Hard Rock, and this is bad, man. This is personally is bad, man. Embarrassing and bad. 30-0.
Dude, brutal.
30.
Absolutely.
Dolphin fan.
Oh, dude, you know what? They deserve to let us have it. Like we talked so much shit this week, especially after their loss, and man, it sucks.
It's still embarrassing. It's not even funny.
Hey, you see what shirt he got on?
This is embarrassing.
Yeah, you see it?
You see what 30's got on? They're giving you shit,
dude. You know what? I'm gonna make this short. I'm gonna still watch this. I'm gonna watch this show, but I'm gonna make this short, man. I can't keep doing this, man. I have to walk around with this hat on. This is insane, man.
Tyreek,
definitely appreciate the show, man.
I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you calling in from enemy territory. You've been ejected from the cockpit. I've got Michael coming up. First up, let's go Ricardo. Ricardo says, Flacco a hero today. Wasn't he available to the Jets? We missed the playoffs, and McDermott will be available. Oh, so if the Bills are... I see, but McDermott's another defensive guy. So I do like the Bill. I like the Bills coaching staff. Like I think McDermott's a good coach. But like if we do end up pulling the plug on Saleh, there is no shot in hell I want any sort of defensive mind in here. No shot. No shot. But just saying. Man, dude, Flacco was available, but Flacco wouldn't have done anything behind here. I think it's O-line, it's personnel, it's coaching, it's everything. It sucks. I don't even have answers for this. All right, let's go over to Michael. Michael, how you doing tonight, brother?
I would say about as good as you are. I think the only difference is I'm also leaving Hard Rock Stadium. Unlike Tyreek, I've learned my lesson. I do not wear my Jets gear to Hard Rock Stadium. I've done the walk of shame so many times. At least I get to walk out like with this neutral look, black hoodie. No one has any idea.
Black's part of our color scheme now. It's all right. No shade thrown.
You know what? Win a little bit if you want me to rep you, you know? I remember the first time I came here, I was painted in green and, oh my God, I was repping us like no one's business. And, I got shat on the way out like no one's business time and time again. So I'm like, you know what? I'll scream, but I'm not doing it anymore. What do we need to do this offseason? Fire freaking everyone except the defensive coordinator. I mean, Saleh's got to go. They were chanting fire Saleh in my section. I was like, about time too. I can't stand him. If I hear one more fucking press conference with him talking about, Garrett Wilson's really emotional, like we get it, but that's not really helping us, and I'm over it. And as far as the draft, I mean, of course we want an offensive line, but I think we got to draft a quarterback. I mean, someone's got to learn behind Aaron Rodgers. What are we going to do after? So that's as far as I can think, but we're a miserable organization, so I don't really have the answer. It's just the best I can think of. But what is your opinion of what we need to do this offseason?
Dude, I mean, obviously you got to get offensive line. Got to get offensive line, got to get weapons. I don't care if every single pick is spent on that. I think you have to make a legit decision. I think quarterback has to be in the conversation at the top of the draft, but I'd feel more in the quarterback camp if we pull the plug on everyone. I don't necessarily want to draft the quarterback that this regime wants. I want, like, if you're going to pull the plug, yank it out on everyone. I think they're going to go O-line or wide receiver in the draft, and I think they're going to load up for another run with Rodgers. That's my gut feeling, and then hopefully it just works out next year, because I can't watch another year of this.
Well, I'm kind of hoping we lose out at this point so we can get a better OL or a better wide receiver. And I'm not dying for a quarterback. It's just I'm thinking if we're losing out, I don't honestly know who's going to be available at whatever pick it is, but I'm just thinking it can't be that horrible considering how miserable we are.
Dude, I completely understand. Michael, get home safe, and I appreciate you being in enemy territory today. You've been ejected from the cockpit. All right, Connor, I saw you calling in. What happened, Connor? Connor was just here 2 seconds ago. All right. Got no one on the line. If you guys want to call in number is pinned in the live chat. You could also scan the QR code on the screen. That'll get you onto the show if you'd like to call in. Let's go through the chat, see how you guys are feeling. Sean Kenny says, Jets officially eliminated from the playoffs. I think we were eliminated week 1. That's basically what it felt like. Carney says, damn gangrene fam. Shake my head. Much respect. Dude, the fact that all of us are still sitting here is like a testament to our fanhood. Like, we ain't no fair weather fans sitting through this shit. Joe S. says, Joe Douglas and Saleh is the complete package. Yeah, I think you got to decide. Got to make a decision. Are you yanking the plug? I don't know. I don't know how you do it. All right. We've got Connor joining the show. Connor, how you doing, brother? Oh, he's got the trash shirt too, Connor. My dude.
That just might have been the worst Jets game I've ever watched, and I've watched like every single Jets game since like 2018 season.
Dude, that was brutal. That was unbearable to watch. There was were there any positives in the entire game?
No, I mean, Reed had a difficult time keeping up with Waddle. Imagine if Hill was playing. Hill would have had 250 yards and 2 touchdowns. I mean, it was just terrible game all around. Offensive side, Zach Wilson being dehydrated, and then there's reports saying he's a head injury. Like, what was that?
I don't want to speculate, but I'm nervous that this is like I'm reluctant to play the rest of the season. Like, I can't see any way he's back next year unless Saleh's gone and like the new head coach wants him. Like, I cannot see this ending well. There's going to be rumors all week about this.
Yeah, honestly, I just want to see what happens with the day of practice tomorrow, possibly a week of practice. But when I saw Wilson go into that tunnel, I was like, that might be his last time in a Jets uniform. And the O-line has been terrible all year, but this was the worst I've ever seen the O-line.
Dude, abysmal. Like, how can you possibly have a worse performance than what the Jets put out there today? Like, do you think there's any answer the rest of the way out?
I don't think so. Like, I've said all along, I want to keep Saleh, but honestly, I don't even know. Like, but no one is like gonna want to come and coach the Jets, other than maybe we promote Ulbrich. But I'm not a big fan of that. I mean, I have a question for you. Who would you rather have as our offensive coordinator today, Nathaniel Hackett or Mike LaFleur?
Mike LaFleur, all damn day. I think LaFleur schemed guys open consistently, and I think LaFleur lost his job because Zach was a bad quarterback, and I think it was also LaFleur's inability to be flexible. But like, Hackett is very clearly like not a good OC. Like, we've seen it multiple times. Like, he didn't even call plays for Rodgers in Green Bay. Like that. Like, we're hanging our hat on Rodgers being able to run the offense that Rodgers wants to run.
I have one more thing to say.
Sure.
Is Roger Saffold alive?
Why is he not active? Like,
I agree.
You cannot tell me that the corpse of Roger Saffold is not better than what we saw on display out there today.
I mean, every lineman except Tippmann and Becton has been terrible. I was never a fan of that pick. I wanted CeeDee Lamb or Judy, and then he's been unhealthy forever. And when he's healthy, 3 false starts, holdings. He's just terrible, poor blocking.
Dude, Becton's got to be on the first train out. There's no way his ass is back next year. He's got the most sacks given up in the NFL, and it's like I don't think it's even close. He tied it today, and then I think he gave up like 1 or 2 more after that. Connor, you think everyone's back, or you think someone's getting fired at the end of this year?
I honestly don't even know at this point. Like, is Woody gonna want to like pull the plug on anyone? But if one person's gone, I want a clean house. I want everyone gone. If we're gonna fire one person, I don't want Saleh gone, and then we keep Hackett and Douglas.
Yeah, I think we're going to be in a weird situation if you get rid of Saleh and then all of a sudden you have to hire this weird interim coach who now has to be tied to. Like, I agree. I think if you move on from Saleh, it's probably Oldbrick or Hackett that takes over, and it's still the same team. Nothing fucking changes. And then it's like, all right, let's see what happens with Rodgers. I don't know. I don't know if Saleh deserves to keep his job or leave, but losing 30-0 with the B team of the Dolphins is not a good look. Connor, thank you so much for the call. And repping the gear. Oh, Connor's a real supporter of the show. He had his Jets hoodie on earlier, and it's funny. He's actually got the new Jets Talk logo, and I think I've only sold one of those hoodies, and I think he's got it. I'm pretty sure that's the one he's got. I think that's the one he's got. I got to look at it. But the front was definitely legit. Love you, Connor. Thank you so much for calling in. We got Shog Dog. Shog Dog, how you doing tonight, dude?
Good. How you doing?
Shit sucks. This team blows. I'm so
it blows. It almost like it turns into like a comedy show. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's the way I look at it. It's like, hey, we suck, but I can't even be mad anymore.
Mm-hmm. It's hard to have like the consistent like gumption to be pissed off week after week when like we just sort of expect it. It's gonna other shoe's gonna drop. It's happening.
It's the same thing. Every single time we get a slight bit of hope, like we had a 1% chance to make the playoffs. Zach looked great. You're like, okay, if he could follow it up with even 75% of that, we would be fine.
Mm-hmm.
What happens? Back to the old. Like, it's never consistent. The line was awful.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the look on Rodgers' face today, like in disgust a couple times? Like
I saw the GIF that they posted on like some of the Twitter pages, and he's just like shaking his head, like.
I'm just thinking, like, is there any chance? Like, why would he want to come back?
There's no shot he's playing again this season.
Like,
no shot.
To me, like he wants to, like, when he retires, he just wants to like have that New York fame, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the chances of us doing it, even if we're fully healthy next year, I really don't see it. Like, we need we need another solid wide receiver. We need at least 2 linemen, if not 3. I mean, Hackett, we all know how we feel about Hackett, but with Rodgers tied to the hip, I love Rodgers, don't get me wrong, but he's kind of holding us down.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of it. I think you got hope with Rodgers. We have enough draft picks and enough money to make some noise. Like, that's the thing. But you have to go all in. And it's like scary because, like, is this the coaching staff you do it with?
But do you mortgage the future? Do you trade away future? You know what I mean? Because if not, we're back to square one.
Dude, I had this argument with Matt and Greenby, and I'm still
I
pretty
heard that
steadfast on it. Dude, I will not give up the 2025 first-round pick. There is no way in hell I'm allowing this GM and head coach.
And if we don't do that, then we have to take a quarterback this year.
I don't know if you necessarily have to. I think you can, because look, if Rodgers turns into a pumpkin or whatever, and like the team sucks next year, that could be a very high pick. I don't want to move the 2025 pick. I would be more in favor of trading down and accumulating more picks, adding an additional pick next year. I think there's some way around Douglas being able to survive beyond Saleh if he can like sign the good players and he has like a good draft or something along those lines. But man, it's tough to like envision what this team's going to do.
Next year is like both of their last chances. You know what I mean? Every single GM and every single coach would be fired right now if it wasn't for Rodgers.
Yep.
So
I completely agree. Everyone would be on
Everyone on the chopping block. I was highly considering going to the game Christmas Eve, but now absolutely not, because Rodgers, if he comes in, it's stupid. We have zero chance to make the playoffs. As much as I would love to see him play, no, it's not worth it. Not worth the money.
I'll see him next year. That's what it is.
That's
more than
that's
happy.
the plan. We sign one more wide receiver or draft one and go from there.
O-line, baby.
O-line.
Sean Dog, thank you so much for the call. You've been ejected from the cockpit. All right, let's go over to Zach Wilson Truther. I'm excited to get into this call. Zach Wilson Truther, how you doing, brother?
Good. For the record, this name's a total joke, so let's just put that out there, right?
So how do you feel? Like, what was your gut feeling after today's game? What are your thoughts on the Zach thing going in at halftime? Everything.
Can I start with a positive?
Yes.
That
you're done with the positive now, right? That's what that was it. No, I'm kidding. Go on. I'll reset your clock. I'm taking up too much of your time.
That celebration with Quinnen Williams, where he does the waddle, and then I think it was Quincy comes up and punches him and he falls down. That was the best celebration I've ever seen. How amazing was that?
It was great. It was great. I wish it could have been in a winning victory or with like some sort of like success, but I think we were down 17-0 when that happened.
Right. No, and you planned that before the game and you just want to pull it out. But like, I just love that kind of rivalry where like the Jets had like they really hate the Dolphins. And so like, whether it be Tyreek and like Quinn and stiff arming him, like there's a lot there that I just love.
Mm-hmm. I would say the Dolphins are my most hated team in our division right now. Like I don't give a shit about the Patriots and the Bills. Honestly, the Bills feel like how the Jets were a few years ago. Like I'm jealous of the Bills. Like I want us to be where the Bills kind of are. Obviously I wish we could win like the Dolphins are currently winning, but I'm still like jaded at the Dolphins and I want them to not win versus winning teams right now because it gives me my little tip of the cap of like, you guys can't beat anyone with a winning record, but it sucks being Jet fans. It really does.
Yeah, it's rough. People have talked about this a lot. One thing that I've been saying is, what more do we need to see from Becton to realize he's not a tackle? Like there was this whole thing about like, is he a left tackle? Is he a right tackle? One thing I've always said is, first of all, he's not a tackle, right? So like, let's just get that out. I mean, you watch like play like a Jet. Sometimes he'll do some things like there was that Eagles game where he had a really technically good game and it's like you're impressed, but he's so wildly inconsistent. And I don't know what the game plan was, but he was matched up one-on-one with Chubb a lot, and that went terrible. I mean, like that was
horrible. How do you not have a tight end or like just put him and Brown on the left-hand side? Like just throw two tackles over there.
It's just a terrible game plan and like hack it again and again. Like I'm not saying he's working with like pocket aces here, but you have to know what you can't do. And they give up pressure so quickly, right? Like the only hope for Becton is if he goes to guard. And frankly, that's a kind of pipe dream anyway. The last thing I was going to say is last week I was talking about extending Douglas and Saleh. Obviously, with the losing, it's hard. But one thing I want to be clear about is one reason I'm a big fan of that is that I really have seen Rodgers as a GM. And oh my God, he's a terrible general manager. Literally everybody, this team looks like an Adam Sandler movie. He just brought all of his friends along who have no talent. And it's just like, in a contract year for them, I'm terrified that they'll spend all the capital the way that Rodgers wants, because I mean, that's the only reason that Hackett's keeping his job. And so if you're going to go in on the Rodgers thing, at the very least, have some of the brain trust not on his side. Have some of the brain trust like, hey, we're going to be here for after Rodgers and we're not going to give up crazy picks for, the Adam Sandler crew.
Yeah, there's like part of me that like, I get what you're saying because I tried to say that with Matt and Greenbean where it's like you don't let them go into a lame duck season, but it's very hard to justify, hey, you went 1-9 down the stretch. Like you're getting a year extension. Like, I don't know. I think you almost have to put them with their backs against the wall, but like handcuff the amount that they have to spend. Like, hey, nothing in future years. Like that's not happening. Like 2025 first is off the table. You cannot touch it. I know that sounds like you're neutering them, but guess what? We got plenty of money, plenty of draft picks. You've had 8 first-round picks since Douglas has gotten here. Like you got to be able to get it right. Got to be able to get it right. Zach Wilson, Truther. Thank you for the call. You've been ejected from the cockpit. All right. We'll go over to Bosco, and then Mud Vials is calling in. Let's go Bosco first. Bosco, how you doing tonight?
Look, I said this before, and I'll say it again. Robert.
Nope. Sorry, not doing with that. I remember that ceiling. Mud Vials, how you doing, brother?
I don't want to know what that ceiling did to you.
Dude, that ceiling was in the last call-in show, and I'm pretty positive it was the same ceiling that like kept dropping F-bombs and like other stuff. So I was like, I'm not about that. Show your face or don't at all.
All I gotta say pretty much though is if somehow Saleh's here still, it's only because of the defense. That's it. I understand though he didn't have Rodgers or anything like that, but I don't care if we have Rodgers, Marino, whoever. Can we please do something over this damn O-line? Billy Turner is arguably the worst right tackle in the freaking league. I understand, though, Dwayne Brown's a 40-year-old fossil, but why isn't he a left tackle? And why isn't Benton a right tackle where he was better? With Max Mitchell out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that's what I would have thought was going to happen. Like when we were talking pregame, they're like, oh, yeah, Carter Warren's out and Mitchell's out. And it's like, all right, so that means Becton's probably going to left or going to right. And then, Brown's in at left. Oh, no, Billy Turnstile's in. Oh, uh-oh. Like at the very least, like, if Brown's going to be the swing tackle, why not have him in like next to Becton or next to Billy Turner consistently? Like, screw it. We don't have 3 wide receivers that are good. Like, just add extra O-line.
We only have Garrett Wilson and the little slant passes to Gibson. That's it.
I like Gibson.
That's all we have right now.
It's hard not to like be frustrated with everything on this team right now.
I'm trying my best to be as calm as possible because not only is my girlfriend over there for the holidays, but she's currently taking a nap. So I'm trying to be very calm right now and not. Hey, girlfriend! I'm trying. Yeah. That's pretty much what it is right now. But I just want to see an offensive lineman now. I'm pretty much in off-season mode. Yeah. I don't care. Get Lane Johnson, draft a tackle. I don't care who the hell you get. Just get the 5 best O-line in here and just protect Rodgers. That's it.
Yeah, I feel like for me, I'm looking free agency. So like throw money at T. Higgins. Go get him. Like young stud, yes, go get him. And then just load up on every offensive line. Like, I don't care what it costs. Like, but if you want to mortgage cap space in the future, like that's fine. I can hit the reset button on everything else. I don't want you to give up the 2025 first though.
The only that scares me is that's pretty much what we did this year. Even though it's like mid-range talent, and we're on like our 5th or like 15th newest O-line combination.
It's horrible.
That's all I'm worried about.
But Voss, you've been ejected from the cockpit. You're out of here. Ugh. Jet fans, I feel bad because you guys deserve a lot better than what we're seeing right now. 100%. 100%. I'm going to call it there. I think this team has wasted enough of my, what I deem valuable time. Maybe it's not because I'm wasting it on this fucking team. But I'm done. I can't be salty. I'll see you guys. I'll do something. I'm not going to do the every throw. Every throw is not going up. Not happening. Not wasting more time. But I got tomorrow. I'm going to be doing, so I've got the 6 o'clock show with the AFC East guys over on the AFC East Roundtable. If you guys want to tune into that. Then at 7:30, I'm going live on Roundtable Sports for our 3 and Out show. So if you guys haven't tuned into that, that's a lot of fun. I'll play the trailer for that at the end of this, so you'll see that in just 2 seconds here. And then at 9 o'clock, not 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, we're going to be doing the call-in show. So I'll get to hear your voices after a day of digestion and indigestion, maybe with what this damn team is. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I will see you boys tomorrow. Welcome to 3 and Out, the interactive NFL game show where viewers like you get to decide which of your favorite content creators get benched and which ones move on in the ultimate competition.